Hi, I'm Beth Poss, and welcome to Technology Tools to Support Early Literacy Development, Early Reading. This session will explore strategies and resources that support young children in developing alphabetic knowledge and phonological awareness as the foundations for early reading skills. We will examine instructional routines and resources that help young learners develop an understanding of print and be ready to learn how to become independent readers. Let's play a little game with these letters from the app Magnetic Alphabet. How could you sort these letters? You might be thinking, we could put all of the ones that are yellow together and all of the red ones together and all of the blue ones together. So we could sort by color. We could sort by uppercase and lowercase. We could sort by letters with curves and letters with straight lines. We could sort by vowels and consonants. Exploring letters in this way is important when we start talking about literacy and young children. When considering early literacy, two important components to be aware of are alphabetic knowledge and phonological awareness. What is alphabetic knowledge? Alphabetic knowledge includes the ability to distinguish letter shapes, name them, write them, and identify the sounds they represent, and is the foundation of conventional reading and writing. What is phonological awareness? Phonological awareness is the conscious awareness of how to manipulate sounds within a word, of how a word exists as part of a sentence, the syllables of a word, rhyming words, and the sounds of letters. Phonemic awareness is the specific skill within phonological awareness that encompasses the ability to manipulate the sounds associated with a letter as needed for decoding. What we know about alphabetic knowledge is that developing it requires exposure and practice that must be repeated and varied. The concept of repetition with variety is discussed in the book Comprehensive Literacy for All by Erickson and Copenhaver. In this book, and in McKay's and Teal's No More Teaching a Letter a Week, stress the need to explicitly teach the letters of the alphabet repeatedly, and that if we follow the letter of the week protocol, children will have only gotten through the complete alphabet by sometime in March. And when teaching letters of the alphabet, it does not need to be in an ABC order. Research has agreed that there is not necessarily a single best order to teach letters, but that young children find the letters in their names to be the most salient. When it comes to phonological awareness, the ability to segment words into syllables and the ability to understand rhyme are critical. There is a hierarchy in understanding rhyme. First, you determine if two words rhyme, then the ability to identify which word does not rhyme with others in a set, followed by being able to identify which word in a set rhymes with another specific word, and finally being able to generate rhymes. It is not necessary, though, for children to have mastered each level of understanding before moving on to the next, but it is important to explicitly teach all the steps in the hierarchy. In both classroom settings and in the home, there should be frequent opportunities for two types of reading experiences: shared and independent. In shared reading, children are read to, but are also given opportunities to participate in the reading, including commenting, filling in a repeated line, or even noticing or identifying pictures, words, or letters they may recognize. It is not a time to test knowledge or quiz students. Independent reading provides children the opportunity to choose books they want to read, and not just books that are identified as being at their instructional or independent reading level. In order to establish an environment for successful literacy learning, children must have access to lots of books so that they can find books they enjoy and match their interests. Let's take a look at some resources that provide low-cost access to lots of books for classrooms and for homes. Epic, which you can find online at getepic.com, or you can download on a tablet in iOS or Google Play, is available free for educators and for their students in schools, and for a low monthly fee for families to subscribe. It provides a wide array of books, including Read to Me by level. You can search by topic, grade, age, or reading level. It provides you the ability to assign a book to a student or allow students to browse. Included in their books, and I'll take a look at some of my favorites that I have, are wonderful alphabet books, perfect like this to focus on a specific letter, rhyming books, like Cock-a-doodle-doo, Creak, Pop, Pop, Moo, Old Stairs Creak, Come Fast as You Can, Ham Pop Pops in the Frying Pan, along with familiar songs, If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, then your face will surely show it. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. And engaging books with real photographs. Unite for Literacy at uniteforliteracy.com has hundreds of picture books on a wide range of topics, including nonfiction, real images, technology, animals, and delightful fiction books as well. All books can be read out loud in English, and many books are also able to be read aloud in a second language. There are a number of books as well whose text is Spanish. Let's take a look at some of the language options in Unite for Literacy. They include Tagalog, Hindi, Hmong, and even American Sign Language. Let's take a look at one of the American Sign Language books. So the primary text is in English. It can be narrated in English, but it can also show a video of American Sign Language. All the books are at an emergent literacy level, and it's easy to target a wide range of reading skills within the books featured. In Two Friends, Too Much Fun, we could be looking for the letter T, or we could be looking for the high-frequency word can, or we could be focusing on the repeated line, two friends can. In addition, many of the books show diverse cultures. One more digital resource for finding lots of books for both shared and independent reading is Tar Heel Reader. Tar Heel Reader is free, accessible books on a wide range of topics. The books are written by other Tar Heel Reader users, both students and educators. Each of the books can be speech-enabled and can be accessed with multiple means of access, including touchscreens, custom overlays, and switches. And it can also be customized with the background and the text color to best match the needs of individuals with visual impairments, for example. We'll talk about this again in terms of being able to write your own books, but let's take a look at some of the books that already exist in there. You can search for a particular topic, such as rhymes, and there are different ratings. With our youngest learners, let's be sure we stick to rated E for everybody. There are books rated C for caution that are written for and by teen or adult readers and users. Books are available in a variety of different languages depending on the language of the writer. And books are available on a wide variety of topics. So we could search for alphabet. And find things specific to a letter, to the whole alphabet, the letter G book. As you can see, the background on this is black with yellow text, and that's something that we can adjust in the settings. I can turn on or off speech and choose different voices. I'm going to keep it on silent. I can adjust the colors, including the page color or the text color. I can also download a book, so if internet access is an issue, it can be downloaded as a PowerPoint or an accessible EPUB. I'm going to go ahead and keep the colors as they are. The black background with the yellow is great for individuals with visual impairments, providing high contrast. As you can see, I'm clicking on the next button, but these are where our switches can be set up to access to go forward or backward. This is a gorilla. He is black. This is a gate. It can open and close. These are geese. One is called a goose. These are grapes. They can be purple or green. When reading this book, be sure to point out all of the letter G's that you see. When I get to the end of a book, I can choose to read the book again, which is very important with young readers. We need to give them the opportunity in independent reading to read a book over and over again, if that's their choice. We can rate that book, or we could choose another book to read. Why don't we look at He Said, She Said? He said, she said. And just for fun, we'll go ahead and put the speech on. Although again,
he said, she said.
My preference is to keep it off for our young readers when possible, although certainly in independent reading time, they may want to have a book read to them.
She said, come and swim. He said, no way. She said, come and swim. He said, not today.
Note the rhyming opportunities.
We said, come and swim. They said, not now. You said, come and swim. I said, show me how. What would you like to do now?
Well, I definitely think we should rate this book and give it 3 stars.
What would you like to do now?
One resource for affordable print books is First Book. First Book is a not-for-profit enterprise that provides new books, learning resources, and other essentials to children, schools, and families in need. For low-cost books, you can check out their book bank. The book bank is comprised of donated books and resources where members only have to pay the cost of shipping and handling. Additionally, Book Bank's $3 and under section contains a range of books that teachers or parents can order at very low cost. We are going to examine some specific strategies for engaging in shared reading. There are a variety of ways that an adult can build both language and literacy during a shared reading experience. These can include labeling, talking about what is going on in the book, making real-life connections, and referencing the print. So what might that look like? With this classic book, I Went Walking by Sue Williams, labeling might be, I see a pig. Talking about what is going on in the book. He is washing the muddy pig. Making real-life connections You got muddy playing outside yesterday. Referencing the print. There's a P, like the P in your name, April. What might that look like for a child using augmentative communication? Labeling. I see a dog. Talking about what is going on in the book. The dog likes the boy. He's licking the boy. Making real-life connections. Do you have a dog? Referencing the print. A D. A D like in your friend David's name. Another shared reading strategy is known as follow the CAR. CAR is an acronym for comment and wait, ask for participation and wait, respond by adding a little more. I went walking. What did you see? Oh, I think there's something in the basket. Do you see something in the basket? What do you think it is? Oh, black. Yes, black. I see a tail. I wonder what it is. Phonological awareness is that conscious awareness of words in a sentence, syllables, rhymes, and under that larger umbrella of phonological awareness, phonemic awareness is that awareness of specific letter sounds. In this PowerPoint slide, using images and a template from lesson picks along with core board, fringe board, and an ABC board, we can look at how children can talk about the sounds they hear and pair them with that letter. So using the characters from I Went Walking, we can talk about the cat. K, k, k. What sound do we hear with cat? K, k, k. And what letter is that, right? So we can put that right there. We can talk about cow. K, cow. What sound do we hear? Cow. Boy. B, boy. Dog. D, d, dog. Horse. H, h, horse. Let's put horse with H. P, p, pig. I hear P, p, p. Pig, pig. Understanding rhyming words is another important phonological awareness skill. And with the Magnetic Board app, which is a little different than Magnetic ABC, which we played with earlier, we can take a look. So we can put out words like
A, hop, T, hat,
and see if we can find another word to rhyme with that.
C, A, car, T, cat, A, hat, cat, hat, A, cat,
Hat and cat rhyme. Let's put another word up there.
N, O, mo, P, mop, mop, hat,
Do those two words rhyme? No. Which words rhyme?
cat, hat.
Great, we found cat and hat. When developing phonological awareness in young children, we need to address syllabication, or the understanding of how many syllables there are in a word. With this syllable sorting mat activity in PowerPoint using the Lesson Picks add-in, we can sort one syllable or one clap words versus two syllable or two clap words. We randomly draw from a hat, cow, cow. Is that one syllable, one clap, cow, or two syllables, two claps? Cow. That's one syllable. Let's draw from the hat. Rooster. Is rooster one syllable or two syllables? Let's listen. Rooster. That's two syllables. Rooster. Two syllables. Let's draw from the hat. Pig. Let's see. Pig. Is pig one syllable? Pig. One syllable. Pig. Let's draw from the hat. Duck. Duck. Is duck one syllable or two syllables? Duck. One clap, one syllable. Duck. Let's draw one more. Dog. Dog. Is that one syllable, one clap? Dog. Dog. One syllable, one clap. Dog. Oh, let's draw one more. Turkey. 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 Two claps. Two syllables. It's a two-clap word. Turkey. In addressing literacy for young children with disabilities, don't forget about low-tech. With keychains that I received as convention swag, a couple of favorite books, and some magnetic letters, I can create an engaging reading experience that families can emulate at home. Work on alphabet skills while retelling the classic story Chicka Chicka Boom Boom, shown here in Spanish, by using magnetic letters, a printout of a coconut tree, and a tin cookie sheet. Printed out stick puppets on dowels mounted in Play-Doh, along with those magnetic letters, provides the opportunity to reenact, comment on, and practice letter knowledge, once again with I Went Walking. Young children need movement, so be sure to practice your ABCs with a fun puzzle and ABC actions. Have the children imitate the actions as they're putting the puzzles together and working on learning their letters and corresponding letter sounds. Some children, particularly those with visual impairments or those who are not interested in a traditional print book, may really need something tactile, and this is where squishy books can come in. These are books that you can craft together. They're tactile, three-dimensional, have real objects inside simple plastic bags. Take a look at the Practical AAC blog and the work of Patsy Pierce for lots of examples. Here's a simple colors book made with common objects found in any classroom. Orange squares, and perhaps another interesting orange object in there. Blue triangles, red trapezoids, and yellow hexagons. And oh, is that a yellow frog I spy? Children will enjoy exploring this squishy book, feeling the textures, hearing the sounds, and finding some unexpected objects mixed in. In our next video, we will examine early literacy through the lens of written language and how our young readers also need to be young writers.
Thank you for watching this webinar. For more information on the ATP Education Program, please visit our website at atp.nebraska.gov or email us at atp.education@nebraska.gov.